Okie dokie. So me and my friends are at a pub in Reading. Mm-hmm. Not that we live in the UK. I mean,
that's kind of obvious at this point.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So we are at the pub in Reading, and like somehow we got like the best seat in the house for like the football game, and it was France versus England.
Oh man!
We were talking really loudly about how we were like, how did we get this seat? None of us give a shit about football. We all hate it. We look behind us, and there's like 300 angry football fans all like piled behind, like watching the TV.
Oh my god!
And we're like, oh shit, we need to be quiet. We're gonna get beat up.
Yeah, literally, people were giving like, I wanted a front seats, and you're like, I hate football. Why am I here?
But one of our friends had like their kid with them who's 2 years old.
Oh.
And
2 years old. That's so cute.
And then, like, the kid, like, started staring at this other kid who was, like, a couple of tables back. Mm-hmm. And we were like, oh, I guess they can meet. And this is going to sound racist, but the other table was full of black women. Mm-hmm. Like, and our kid is
That's not racist, that's just a fact.
Very white.
Right.
And then they met. And during the point, like, France scored the first goal.
The two kids.
Yeah, so
right.
like France scored the first goal, and then they met, and everyone booed like the 300 men behind us, and the white our kid, like the white kid that we were there with, was so startled by the booing she fell over, and then she burst into tears, and the other kid like came over and hugged her, and you have never seen something like France was scored, and everyone was furious, all these sweaty coke-filled fucking chavs, and then 300 of them saw this little like tiny little black kid hug this like adorable white kid while she was crying and being like, there, it's okay, and like every single person was like, oh. And your heart just melted. It was so sweet. It was almost sickly, but like, it was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's so cute.
That little kid, and like the kid from the other table, she was only 1 year old, and like our kid was 2. Mm-hmm. And then for like this 1 year old kid who was so much smaller than the 2 year old, just to like be so comforting and kind, it was,
oh my god,
it was the sweetest thing. And then as like time went on, they both had like these toys they were obsessed with, and like our kid, like the one with our group, she had this tiger that she loved, and like she gave it to the other kid and burst out crying, but she had to give it over. But she wanted to be kind, so like even though she didn't want to give it, she did. It was,
oh my god, this is like sickening.
Yeah. It was the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was so sickening. And like, again, all these like football fans couldn't stop watching these kids, and it was kind of amazing, like this massive game, and the kids kind of like, for a lot of people while I was watching, this took priority because it was just so unbelievably cute. It was almost disgusting.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I mean, I definitely don't want children anytime soon, but that is that's very special.
I 100% don't want children, and I mean you can attest to this. It might be to the point where I'm a little bit weird in my detestment for children.
But not with those two.
But like when I was watching this, I was like, oh my god, I've cracked 1%.
I'm now 99.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure I don't want children. Something, there's been a crack in the armour. Oh my god. It's all gone wrong. And then at the end of the night, my friend had to go home because he had to look after the kid because the person who's meant to be looking after him got too drunk. And then I was like, oh no, back to 100%. I want to
This seems like way too much responsibility.
Yeah. But for a second, I'm not joking, for the first time in my entire life, ever, there was one little,
there's a hairline crack.
Yeah, a hair of doubt. And that...
Maybe I don't hate children as much as I thought.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, that hair... there was just this tiny dust particle of doubt, which I never thought would happen to me. And then I messaged my friend, who's the father of our kid, and he was like, don't have kids, you'll kill them. I was like, yep. You're not wrong.
Journey into the Strange. I'm Kaz.
And I am Alf.
And today we're doing a Minisode. what's our Minisode today about?
Looking to the future.
Woo! Since it is January and all, canonically.
Sure.
I mean, it actually is sort of coming up to it in IRL as well.
Yeah. So why are your New Year's resolutions?
I don't have any. I don't do that anymore. I used to. I more set goals now. I set goals for the year ahead. And I haven't really got around to doing that yet. It's on my list of things I need to do. But last year it was to ramp up my side hustle, which I've done and completed. It was also to lose weight. That didn't happen. So I'm going to try and do that this year. But that always happens. That's always, I swear that's like the go-to one that everyone puts on. It's like, I'm going to get fit this year. Yeah, maybe that should be my New Year's resolution. It's just to gain weight. and then I will always succeed. Yes. So that's my New Year's resolution.
God, reflecting on the last year is sad.
I feel like I've done a lot this year. I feel, we started this podcast. That's a really good thing.
No, we did that the year before this year.
Yeah, I know, but we technically released it this year.
That's true.
We started recording last year. I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious at this stage, but we started recording this way before we started releasing it because we wanted a good backlog of episodes because we knew how long it would take to research every topic, and I feel like now we are encroaching on the gap between the IRL and the
panic. I mean, there's
still episodes.
Like there's Satanism. We haven't even released the
Law of Attraction yet. We haven't done that.
There's loads.
We'll get there. I mean, like, I'm enjoying getting them all together and editing them, and like, especially now since we have the new sound, because the new sound should be dropping like soon. I feel like it's all working itself out. It's all making sense now. And editing the new episodes is a dream in comparison to the old ones because, like, the old ones are all in one track. It's very annoying. There's no way of controlling much of the levels. There's a load of, like, hissing going on, as you can tell.
It was annoying us having to fight with the snakes.
Yeah, they were
everywhere.
They were constant.
But don't worry, we managed to clear them out now. No more hissing.
No more snakes. But yeah, so I feel like that was a good thing. Yeah, last year, this past year, we've done things. I managed to focus on my side hustle, so that's good. That's getting places. And wow. That's kind of it, actually. I did have a whole bunch of other things that I wanted to do as well, but.
So I would say since podcast has really begun in earnest this year. Like maybe a little bit before, but it was towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
Not last year, the year before.
Yeah.
2020.
2021
was
October.
When we started it, yeah.
That's when we started recording.
We started it on the 30th of October, so right towards the end of 2021.
Yeah.
So most of it's happened in 2022.
Yeah.
What would you say learning about this stuff has changed you as a person in any way? How do you feel differently now that we've gone through quite a lot of topics? Do you feel enriched? Do you feel like, oh my god, if anything, I'm dumber?
I guess you can always say that because the more you know, the less you know.
Do you? How has it made you feel? Has it changed your life in any way, or is it? Yeah.
I wouldn't say necessarily that it's changed, like radically changed my life. I wouldn't say like, oh my god, like if I hadn't had done this, I wouldn't be the same. I do say that I'm more spiritual now. I do think that I have more belief now. I do think that doing things like, say, Law of Attraction, affirmations, tarot cards, I do those like as part of my sort of everyday life now, which is before I didn't. So I do think that's changed. And I do think like those things are like sort of positive ways of thinking. Like I don't think that it's bad for me to do those. I feel like those have enriched my life, and if they've now...
I'm an atheist, and I think anything that isn't scientifically proven is stupid and wrong.
Yep, there we go. Doesn't matter if it works or not.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, if it works for you and makes you feel better, you're a fucking idiot.
Exactly. I know people like that.
Yeah, me too.
So it's not great. But yeah, no, I mean, I've enjoyed...
Fuck you, Richard Dawkins.
I enjoyed everything that we've talked about. And
not the Kabbalah.
Even the Kabbalah, okay? Because even the Kabbalah, like, it was difficult, but we powered through it. We got to a certain point with it, and I feel like it's definitely a learning curve, one that we will 100% come back to, because I can't we can't leave it like that. We basically tried to explain it and like we did a terrible way of explaining it.
Really want to do Aleister Crowley's tarot cards, which are all Kabbalah related.
Maybe that will give us like the window of light that we need to shed more light on the rest of it. I
think that leads us to the next topic. What do we want from the podcast? Where do we want to take the podcast in the next year?
Where do you want to take it?
I want to take it to weird and unknown territories.
Ooh.
I'm just thinking about the Simpsons joke. In The Simpsons, there's the episode where Homer is in a barbershop quartet with people.
Oh, yes.
And as it starts to fall apart, Barney starts to date Yoko Ono.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, I'm taking to the band to new and unexplored territories. And it's just him bopping and be like, Yoko Ono be like, level 1.
Number 8?
Yes.
Number 8?
So that was the little joke I was making, and now that I've explained it, it's not funny.
Thanks for explaining the joke. It was very funny. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But in all seriousness, what I want to do personally is make it good.
Yeah, me too.
And I want to I would like to revisit old topics. Like, I hope we don't have to keep moving on, and like some things we can come back to and like explore more. Like, well, to begin with, we were very broad in everything we've been doing. Like, knuckle down and be like, here's something that we find interesting in this topic. I'd really like to just keep on advancing. Like, I feel like I know so much more about everything, and just keep on going with that and just make it just a more professional podcast. Wow. But I think we're quite good with that, actually.
I think now we've got the new sound.
Yeah,
the sound
I really want to make the most of the new sound.
Yeah, it has 100% elevated.
Yeah. And
before it was just like some shit we were doing on our phones, and now it's like, we actually have a professional
really
setup.
Take advantage of that, and just continue to learn, because that's the thing I find fun about this is learning, and I really miss being in school. Apart from the horrific bullying and sense of low self-esteem and wanting to die, it's like all of that, but I don't have any of that, and I'm just learning about things I'm interested in without feeling like I'm in a prison.
It's so true. Like, I feel like I would have been much more into RE, religious education, at this point in my life, because I'm genuinely interested in these things. Like, they're not forced upon you, like, you don't have to learn about it because, like, you have some exam coming up and you have to apparently pass RE because, like, I don't know, what can you even get with RE? What is even use of RE, GCSE?
I did RE as a GCSE, so fuck you.
No, but what has it got you anything? Has it achieved anything within your life?
I mean, I know a fuck ton about the Holocaust, because, like...
What? How is that RE?
I don't know, but if you do RE, you do learn a lot about the Holocaust.
That's history, though.
Yes, but...
I mean, I guess it's intertwined with Judaism, so... There
was no religious aspect. They just taught you about the Holocaust.
Did they think they were teaching you history? It feels like they were teaching you history.
They were, but under the guise of RE, because RE is a real stupid subject.
So weird.
It's not, no, RE isn't a stupid subject. If, like, they did it properly.
I would be interested in it now.
If, like, you were studying about religious studies like Judaism, Christianity...
Buddhism?
Yeah, Buddhism.
Sikhism.
Yeah, like that. That would be really, really... Islamism, the Quran. That would be incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
But no, RE for me was when I did it at GCSE, it was like, and thank our life sucked, didn't it? And you're like, oh yeah,
wow.
it did.
That's so weird. Why do they teach that? Anyway, if I were to do RE now, I think I'd really enjoy it, and I would actually try hard at it, But like now, it's like, wow. Now we're kind of doing RE here. This is sort of RE, what we're doing now, with a lot of embedded mysticism inside it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like the idea of that, just trying to make it better, trying to make it cool, trying to make it more informative, which and equal parts funny, which I feel like we try to hit sometimes. Sometimes don't get it so well, but And yeah, that's kind of it. Learn about more interesting topics, go back to some old topics. But I do want to, because, at this point in time, we've only put out like 7 episodes. So like,
we need to keep moving forward.
That's it. I do want to put out like a bunch of episodes before we start circling back round. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel like the more we put out stuff, it's all a big pie. Like, the more I realize, do this stuff, the more I realise how it all kind of interlinks. There's a lot of, theory in each things that work out with each other. Mm-hmm.
100%. It's like when we were looking at the Kabbalah, we also looked at astrology, which like fed into it as well, and the tarot cards. So like so much of it does interlink, and so much of it does come back around full circle. And I'm sure witchcraft, which we've done just recently, that is definitely going to affect our future learnings as well.
Absolutely. Witchcraft was a big thing, like a big slice of the pie to have in there. Like, I'm glad we've done that episode now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's changed a lot of the way I view these things.
Yeah, me too. But there's so much to go off of witchcraft.
Yeah.
You know, there's like, I think I've written down some extra topics to go into our topic list, which I have. And there's like candle magic, there's channeled beings, there's deity worship.
And I've always wanted to do things like look at gods from different religions. But I feel like witchcraft lends an extra, we need to do this because that's a big thing in witchcraft.
Definitely, yeah. But that's nice because then you can go to like any religion and say, hey, I want to take from, say, the Norse and like look at the Norse and then maybe like channel that Norse being and look at it through a witchcraft lens. I don't know. There's so much.
There's so much context into like looking at those topics.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like we're doing all right. I feel like this podcast is like, at first obviously it started as just like a fun thing, and obviously it still just is a fun thing. But I feel like we're taking a little bit more professionally, more seriously these days. So.
Yeah. I mean, I did drink a half bottle of vodka in the last episode, but I'm
doesn't
taking it
matter.
seriously.
That's part of our charm.
Yeah, I think it's going. I'm excited for it in the future. And if no one listens, then fuck everyone. It's going to be fun just for us to talk about.
That's it. We're basically just, if no one listens, we're just having fun ourselves. And, that's cool.
But
just with very expensive microphones in front of our faces.
Yeah, last time we checked, we had 61 listeners, so...
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. We just need to get up to 69, and then everybody can be like, nice.
That's with the shit sound as well.
Yeah.
But see, these 61 people are willing to listen to that horrible sound quality. We've elevated.
So how was your New Year's? What's your New Year's topics? What would you like from the podcast?
Yeah, that's a good shout. Tell us if you want to leave a comment, leave it on our Instagram, because our Instagram is up and running right now. I'm trying to put a bit more effort into the content. Did you like the one I did?
You can message us on our email.
That's true. That's also in the show notes, journeyintothe@gmail.com. And yeah. I think, it would be really nice to hear some listener voice notes. If you want to send us a voice note, that would be cool. Just record it on your phone and like send it in via email. That would be very cool to listen what people have to say.
Yeah, and then maybe with these side episodes, what are they called? Minisodes. We don't have to prepare any content, and we can just play your voicemails and then react to them, and that would be nice for us. Because
we wouldn't have to find anything to talk about.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I would also like to involve the audience in this. Like our ghost episode. I really enjoyed our ghost episode. We got people to voice it in.
And I say to this day, it's only been about a month since we did that episode. But I think that's my favourite episode we've done.
It was good. I really enjoyed it.
When people ask what episode they should listen to, that's the one I give them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That and Chaos Magic. See, I think our Chaos Magic episode was really good, but obviously had the horrible sound quality.
Yeah,
and
that's the downside.
Yeah, and it was like it was our first episode and we were sort of off our game because we didn't know what our game was.
No, I think we were good. I just think the sound quality is the reason I don't recommend it.
That's it. We definitely need to be like caveat. We need to do so many episodes, like last podcast, that no one wants to go back that far.
Yeah.
And they'll just start recently, and then it'll be like everything's perfect.
I mean, I'm sure we will. Like, none of us are going anywhere.
Nope, we're still researching things every week because we enjoy this sort of shit. And I've got so many topics that I want to look into. Like, genuinely, I have books saved that when we get to that topic, I'm going to buy. So
I've got so many topics we want to go back into and then go into again in different ways.
Yeah.
So in 10 years, then we'll be making Last Podcast money.
I feel like it would be really great, like if we're talking about resolutions and things that we want to achieve in the next year, I would love to quit my job, or at least cut down my hours in my job, and really dedicate time to this. Now I just, research in my evenings, or maybe when I'm taking a walk somewhere, I will listen to an audiobook on like the book that, we're topic that we're researching at the moment. And although that's good, and obviously I get the information and I'm able to sort of commit it to memory, like it would be so much better if I just had a whole day, just a day, to sit down and research proper stuff and write it down and make cohesive
Especially when you're in
notes.
the really difficult material like the Kabbalah, like if you could like dedicate a month to that would be amazing.
Oh my god, you'd research it so well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even if you could just put like one full day a week down to it and then just do like bits in between, then you could have like it would like blow anything that we've done so far out of the water. So that's the stage that I want to get to. I want to do up my side hustles so that I don't ever have to work again. And just spend my time working on this, because this is where my passion lies. Yeah.
So happy New Year, people!
Happy New Year!
I hope you all have like some fun resolutions. Enjoy living in 2023.
Enjoy 2023.
It can't be worse, and we say that every year, and then it always is.
Don't say it.
Can't wait till Russia invades the UK.
No, press wood, touch wood. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, everybody, and we will see you in the new year. Well, I guess this is already the new year.
And we'll see you in it.
Yes.
Because we're